we go. Okay, so this is the remediation process for earth science. So the first thing that we do is we have a hard deadline of when retakes can be done. Retake assessments have to be done before the next unit assessment. So you can see here, they just got their test back today, or assessments back today. So their retake deadline is the 26th, and the remediation has to be complete by the 25th. So it is their responsibility to print this out if they scored above a 70 on the assessment. If they scored below a 70, we give a hard copy of this to them. Do you scroll a little bit more? So first thing is that they have to complete all formative assignments. So their formative assignments are listed here. They put in their initial grade here. If any of these are below a 70, they need to go back and correct and complete them and turn in the assignments again. Then, scroll. They must complete 10 questions on a separate sheet of paper, answer these questions. These are the most important aspects of the unit, so it's kind of like a highlight reel, making sure that they're hitting all the big concepts that they clearly missed the first time around. And then lastly, they are doing test corrections, their original answer, the correct answer, and where they can find that in their notes.
In Miss Warren's class, to retake a test, you need to fill out the test corrections and you do all your mistakes on here. After you're done with this, she'll check it over, make sure you did everything right, and then you're able to retake.
Ms. Speaks, I did horrible on my last assessment. Is there anything I can do to retake to boost my grade?
Sure, you need to come over here and get the retake assignment. Okay, so find the one that you need. They're all labeled just like it says on your assessment. Okay, you're gonna do that, bring it to me, and we will check it over and make sure it's all correct, and then you'll be able to retake.
Okay, thank you.
In Miss Mulligan's class, I would go to the back of the class in a folder, grab the paper, do it, hand it to her, and retake it sometime after school.
All right, in my World History 1 classes, I post on the school messenger all of the retake information that students need. This is an example of what the post looks like on my end. Students will have a due date that the retake has to be completed by, as well as all the conditions. They have to complete a remediation assignment, which is attached to this post, and they can get it directly from that post, as well as all of their notes videos, and again, the deadline is in there.
Miss Teshy's class every time I didn't do good in school or for my test, and then after I got my test, I would go to the back and get the remediation forms. I would fill out the remediation forms that day, and then after that, she would grade it, test it, make sure everything's all correct. Anything I need to fix, I would fix it, and then after that, after school, I would go there, retake the test, and then we'd be all good.
In English, we generally offer one multiple choice summative, one retake for students per quarter. In order to complete the retake process, they need to do an error analysis first, where they look at the wrong answers and they have to identify why the wrong answers are wrong, but then they also have to go back and identify why the right answer would be right in that instance. And they hope by doing that, that they do better on the next assessment for the retake. With essays, it's a little bit different because it's so student specific. Some students struggle with content and form, some students struggle with syntax or organization or style. And so we offer those more on a case-by-case basis as students need them. And we usually conference with the students so that they have an opportunity to meet with us and see where their areas of strength and weakness are, so that we can work with them to better develop their areas of strength and then to work on improving the areas of weakness so they do better next time.
In Mr. Pena's class for retakes, I had to fill out a retake form, do corrections, and show if it was a simple mistake or a lack of knowledge mistake, and then give him the corrections and have all my homework done.
You want to introduce yourself? No. Sue Watts Temple. Sarah Joyner. We are co-commanders of the AP World History CLT.
And we are going to discuss the retake process that we have. There is a process of any summative retake. If a child is going to be eligible for that, they have to have all of their work turned in, formative work, summative quizzes done prior to that. And there is a corrections process as well that we handle, sometimes in flex or after school. They have to arrange that time with us.
So they have to come in and do corrections to their test. So the first one would be, this is how I answered it, this is why I answered it this way. Then they have to give us the correct answer and then explain why it is the correct answer, and then they'll set up an alternate time to come in and take the retake.
And we usually do a sign up for that. We offer 4 days of retake, no matter whose room, like it It could be in my room or Sarah's room, depending on who's available that day. So I might do Tuesday and Thursday after school, and Sarah would do Wednesday and Friday after school, but they have options for which day they can come and arrange the retake.
In Mrs. Love's class last year, we would get to retake some of our math tests towards the end of the year during class. So in order to do that, we had to do remediation, and then we had to give it to her, and she had to check the remediation and make sure like we did it right. And then after that, she would give us the test, and if we had any questions, we'd ask her before we retook the test, and then we retook it.